Putting things off can become a habit, and procrastination can hurt us all in the long run. Here to tell us why and help us get out of that habit is Dr. Nikki Crawford of Your Peaceful Space. Procrastination, Dr. Crawford, is something that's been around since like the dawn of time, even before the internet. We all found ways to put things off that needed to get done.
Yes.
So why do you think it's human nature to put stuff off when really it's better to do it?
Well, I think there are a couple of big things underneath that putting it off. I think one is that we get overwhelmed and then really lack the confidence to go ahead and take that next step. And the second thing that I think is even bigger is the fear of not getting it done perfectly.
I read a book, and I'm glad you said that. In this book, this woman, the author, wrote, "Done is better than perfect. Done will always be better than perfect." And that felt really powerful. Is that what you tell your clients as well?
Yes, we have a phrase that we use called good enough for now.
Yeah.
It's good enough for now. You can always come back to it and do more, but just get it done well enough for now.
Just even if it's a little bit. Because if you expect it to be perfect, then you're looking for the perfect environment, you're looking for the perfect music playing in the room when you start your project, what have you. When you talk about procrastination having a price, do you mean an actual monetary price?
Well, sometimes it can, especially if it's a work issue that you're dealing with. There's also a price because once you put it off, you may not be physically doing it, but it's still in your mind.
Right.
And so it really becomes clutter in your head.
Yes.
And I think the bigger price, though, is that often when we repeatedly put things off, it triggers the conversation with ourselves about how we never get things done. We're not good enough. There's something wrong with us. It's that really critical self-talk that kicks in when we continue to put something off. And I think that's the bigger price.
Do you see this a lot with things like, I know you treat people and you give therapy to people who are compulsive hoarders and who are collectors. Do you also use this for people who are putting off a project at work and things of that nature? And if so, it's a two-part question, like what's your best piece of advice to get them just to get going?
Right, thank you. Yes, the very best thing that you can do is just really figure out what's your next easy small step. And then put it in your calendar. So tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I'm going to start this project up again. And then get some friendly accountability. Have somebody check in with you to make sure you've actually begun what you said you wanted to do.
What would be a good small step?
A good small step, if you're working on a project at work, might be to lay out all of the information that you're going to need to really get started. It might be to open a Word document and create a quick little outline. Just some way for you to just take a small step into the project.
Are you a fan of lists that people can physically cross off or delete from their cell phones?
I am, and really, you should, if that works for you, then do that. For some people, that's not helpful. It feels overwhelming. So it's really up to ourselves to figure out what's our best process to get stuff done.
What if people are doing this and they're still having trouble with the follow-through?
So that's the time where you really want to check in with yourself to make sure this is something you really do want to do, or it's something that you still have to do. Because if it's not, if the time has kind of passed and you don't want to do it anymore, then cut it loose and let it go.
You don't have to do everything.
You don't have to do everything just because you thought it was a good idea at one point.
Oh, that's a really liberating thought.
Yes.
Just let it free.
Let it go. Yeah, let it go. And if you do want to do it, then recommit. And the way you recommit is you figure out the next few steps, you put it in your calendar, and you recruit some friendly accountability.
Dr. Nikki Crawford, thank you.
Thank you.